Well, hello, and yes, it's a fine July morning. July morning. I've almost forgotten what the days were. Yeah, it's great. I'm out here in my woods. It's been a while. These videos I've been doing have been getting very intermittent, partly due to work. We've had a few situations at work, but other than that, trying to get out here as often as I can. It's my only day off this week, and I'm just out for a little wander, see what I can find. I saw my first bit of mushroom today, well eaten by the slugs, and got a few ideas kicking around in the old head. But as I say, it's a fine morning. It's getting up about 8 o'clock, just past 2 fishermen. Between them they've got about 8 rods sitting on the lake. And what they'll do is they'll catch the fish, they'll look at it, take a picture of it and put it back. And they'll wander down to the local fish shop and buy some fishies to eat. Bizarre. But other than that, it's fine. I'm going to see what there is. Anyway, I shall be back to you guys later for a bit of a chat. Not cooking up anything today. I'm just going to enjoy some relaxing time in the woods. So, see you in a moment. Well guys, here we are. Back in the woods. I'm not going to do much today. I've actually spent the last hour or so whittling away. This will be, when I've finished it, a butter knife, you know, just for going. I'll shorten the blade a little bit, I think, but I'm getting there. And I've only done that with a Swiss Army knife, the short blade on a Swiss Army camper. So I'm quite pleased with that. I've been rather busy, as I mentioned earlier. I've been rather busy with work and such. I had a week's holiday last week, and it was no, not last week before last. Fantastic time. Went to Natural History Museum, went to the British Museum. British Museum I went to because I wanted to have a look at a couple of exhibits. They're on permanent display there. Native American and Inuit culture, plus culture of the South Seas. It's primarily to look at their tools. Saw some ulus, which are the food preparation knives used by Inuit women. Some beaten copper knives, very nice to look at. When I was going around another part where basically it's to do with pre-Roman Britain and the Anglo-Saxon horde, Sutton Hoo and what have you, they had some Roman axe heads and draw knives, and to be quite honest, I've got an axe head that's indoors that's exactly the same shape, so very little has changed over all the millennia. Wonderful, wonderful to look at, and great for inspiring ideas. So I've been looking into doing a bit more on primitive technology. It's rather unusual. Doing some primitive technologies. So I was looking around the YouTube vid, you know, seeing what other people have been doing as far as bone tools and that. And what actually saddened me a little bit was they were making bone tools but using modern equipment. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to make this bone awl, but what I shall use is an electric sander. Why? You know, I mean, in my opinion, if I'm going to do a primitive tool, maybe use a file, but that's about as far as it will get. You know, I would use flint if I could get hold of it and work it from there. I don't know. It's just part of me. And on that note, as far as the primitive technology goes, I'm looking into making a flat bow of sorts. I'm hoping to. Someone's got a couple of U staves that they want to get rid of. It's just getting hold of them at the moment, and I'd like to make a couple of flat bows. In the past I've sort of tried to shy away from that, but it's becoming more of an interest. It's that sort of technology. I'm well into carving again now. I'm carving spoons and as you saw, butter knives and what have you. I want to get onto. I've got to finish a bowl off, and I want to do more bowls. But I'm building a new shave horse to that end. But on the the whole primitive, going back to the primitive technology, the whole primitive technology thing does interest me somewhat. Not so much flint knapping, I find that incredibly hard and frustrating, but sort of the fashioning of tools from what's around you. You know, it's all too easy to go down to your local shop and to buy your cooking pots, your cooking stoves and all your camping equipment straight off the shelf. And in fact we all too often we do that. I've done the same. But it's the tools, the knives and everything. It's making these things. You put something of your, if you make something, whether it's just a simple flat bow with an arrow, whether it's got a flint point, a bone point, or just a fire hardened point, it's something that you've made yourself. You've put your soul into it, and if you attempted to go hunting with it, you've got more of a personal connection. I'd like to do a little more hunting, but I do have quite strong views on that. If you hunt for food. If you've got the ability of taking a couple of rabbits, that's all you need to take. You don't need to overstock your larder. As I say, on the way in I passed a couple of fishermen fishing for carp and what have you in our local lake. I do find it bizarre just sitting there fishing and then putting the fish back. I will catch what I need and put the rods away, cook the fish up, eat it, and that's it. But then I'm a hook it and cook it kind of guy. And to that end, I'm in the process, and I've started doing a video on the building of this. It's just that the building has come to a halt of a shrimp net, a shrimp push net. Look on YouTube, Google it, and you'll see what a shrimp push net is. I'm making one of those, and I'm after a bicycle wheel to make a drop net with, so that I can go down to Hastings and on the low tide use the push net and maybe take the canoe out, go out, hook myself up to there's a couple of buoys out by the edge of the swimming areas are. Hook me canoe up to the buoys and chuck the drop nets over the side and maybe have a bit of a fish as well, you know, take the rods out, see what I can catch. It's a nice area, Hastings. There are pictures in the Fisherman's Museum there of people using a push net. As I say, I've almost finished doing the shrimp push net, and I'm quite pleased with what I've achieved with just materials that are around the house. As I say, all I need to get now is some tacks, either copper clout nails or zinc coated clout nails to attach the net to the frame. It's a takedown push net, so that means I can take it down, fold it up, carry it over my shoulder. It's not going to be too cumbersome on the old train. Looking forward to doing that, and I'll be taking it up to Scotland with me. I say not much has happened in the bushcrafting world. I have been watching quite a few vids, so I download them onto my Kindle, and then I can take them into work and watch them while I'm having dinner. And some really do amaze me. You know, it's I often wonder if people have lost the whole essence of what we do. I say it's to me it's a creative force. I have bought knives and I've made my own knife, and I enjoyed making that knife. and it's something I've created. I've got to fashion the handle a little more. I've had a look at the handle that I've made for it, and I'm not entirely happy with the shape and the way it feels in the hand, and it's got a really big fat bit going onto the blade. What I want to do is taper it down a bit. It's a food preparation knife, and I've got another one. My friend's just put an edge on my my bronze knife, and that's another food prep knife. And there will be more cooking videos coming up. It's just, I'm sorry guys, I've just not had the time. I've just not had the time. I'll be doing all sorts of things cooking wise, and I've been reading up on poikies and braai cooking, which is a South African style of cooking. Anyway guys, I'll catch you down the line. I'm going to finish this brew, and I'm just going to kick back a bit, have a bit more of a whittle. I'll probably finish the butter knife at home. I've got all my better carving tools there, but it's amazing what you can do with just a Swiss Army knife. Get out in the woods guys, it's very important. Woods time is a great time.